For those of you wondering why there's shiny bright lights behind me and I'm speaking to you from a place like this, it's because this is known as the land of irrelevancy. Yep, if you had a good content creation career, God shines the light upon thee when you're finally irrelevant and you are laid to rest. That's why there's so many shiny bright lights behind me, man. I'm irrelevant as shit, meaning this video doesn't matter, my opinion doesn't matter, and more of that to come later. So do me a favor, please, like, comment, subscribe so that I come back to life from the land of irrelevancy. All right, let's bring me back to life. Let's make sure I matter, man, because none of my videos are ever gonna matter because I don't got the numbers, man. None of my opinions matter because I got the numbers, man. Dear Diamonds and fellow Diamonds in the Rough, last time someone spoke of duality in the gacha space, things took a pretty crazy turn that I'm sure this time, because we're gonna give context, we're gonna give a device, we're gonna put the lines in the T's, we're gonna put the dots in the I's. I'm pretty sure nothing crazy like that's ever gonna happen again. I'm sure. I'm sure. The goal of this video is for people outside of this that are observing this, that are onlookers, to know what they can take away from this, to learn from this and grow from this, which is again why, like I said, I'm in this damn gacha space. And even the people involved, like they can use some of these words maybe to look inward and maybe look at the things that happened maybe differently. That's my hope. So let's start off with the main character, MrPokke. And we're gonna see if he deserved all of this or is he just a poor victim of manipulation by an evil mastermind. Well, let's start with the root cause. What started all this? Well, he started rage baiting. Now, why did MrPokke even rage bait in the first place? Like, if you think about it, he doesn't really need it. Well, I have a theory. A game theory. The reason why MrPokke did that, theoretically, is because of Tectone.
Let me explain why.
Techie used rage baiting to reach international trending levels. That's how well it did for someone like Tectone. And well, of course, you see that, you go, wow, I'm pretty sure I could do that too, especially because Tactile makes it look so easy. It makes it look like it's fun in games because he's a master of the craft. And the problem is you try to copy someone that's already a master of the craft and you still don't have the necessary skill for that, you quickly realize that you are out of your depth and you just put yourself in situations you didn't even need to put yourselves in the first place. And that's my theory, a game theory. All right, that's not factual or anything. You know, like the cause is rage baiting, but the why he started rage baiting, that's just a theory, food for thought. But what's not a theory is MrPokke and Tectone's friendship. That's been in the forefront for so long. It's literally, when you think of gacha friendship, you think of MrPokke and Tech. Like that's typically what you think of. So how did it get so messed up? What happened? What is it? Well, it's the communities. The communities, well, mainly MrPokke's community, because MrPokke's community claim Tech, he's being a bad person, he's manipulating Poke, etc., etc. First of all, proof. Second of all, holy parasocial, that's none of y'all's business. What is going on out here? What is happening? Since when do communities dictate who you get to befriend? This isn't like a Instagram model or an OnlyFans girl that got exposed for having a boyfriend. Like, what is happening? Like, you all get to dictate what get to be friends with? What? Because yes, I understand he has a Hoyo fandom. He has to keep covering the Hoyo games. That's where the money at, that kind of stuff. But maybe some things are more important than money. Maybe some things are more important than an internet career that probably will not matter in 10 years from now. I want to read you guys a quote from the legendary boxer Muhammad Ali. It goes as follows. Friendship is a priceless gift that cannot be bought nor sold, but its value is far greater than a mountain made of gold. For gold is cold and lifeless. It can neither see nor hear. In time of trouble, it's powerless to cheer. It has no ears to listen, no heart to understand. It cannot bring you comfort or reach out a helping hand. So when you ask God for a gift, be thankful if sends not diamonds, pearls, or riches, but the love of real, true friends. See, it's easy to get lost in the sauce and lose sight of what's truly valuable in one's life. Trust me, I know that. And it's easy to keep hanging on in an ego and just try to make things not your fault and not take accountability for mistakes you've made. But see, the sooner you admit to those things, the better off you are. How do I know that? From experience. Some of you guys may have heard recently, I wanted to keep it private, but I guess I forgot to say that, yo, don't tell anybody this. 'Cause if I wanted it public, I would have said it. I have a platform too. I could have said that. But anyway, they mean well. Because you see, when your back is truly against the wall, the only things you have at that point is your friends. You see, a lot of people are going to try to tell you money matters more than friendship. I believe that's a line designed to keep us separate because union is scary. Because we live in a world of isolation. We have messages thrown at us every single day. Being isolated and standing on your own 2 feet strong as hell is the way to go on life. Yeah, that's a good thing to have. But you gotta have support too in case things happen. And things are more enjoyable when shared. Human beings used to hunt and bring it to the tribe to share. Humans would sit down in a fire and share the hunt that they brought. You see, joy is not about consumption, it's not about power, it's about sharing. That's true joy. That's just how we work since the dawn of time. I don't know why people are trying to change us into something that we're not, but I believe there's just a manipulation tactics by higher forces. I don't want to get too conspiracy theory, but that's a thing happening around us every day. And I'm starting to see that happening in this particular interaction I'm noticing here between MrPokke, the messages thrown at MrPokke, and him and Tech. That's on one part. Next is admitting to your own mistakes. This is the one thing I believe everybody is cheering for you to do. Admitting to one's faults and mistakes is the ultimate level of salvation I believe one can do to oneself. And the bigger your ego, the harder it is to do. Sometimes life will crush you so bad just for you to admit to that. And maybe sometimes that crushing is you being in fight or flight mode for months and months. And when you finally just realize what's been happening around you, is when you finally have no music on, nothing on. It's complete dead silence in the middle of a dark highway. You're on the side of it. Side is so tight, like buses passing by you, they would just take your shoulder off with them at the slightest misposture you have. And you're just walking there to reach the nearest bed, hopefully, because you got taken advantage of by someone that's not threatening to put on false claims on you so that they can scam you of the remaining money you have that you gave them for rent. So you're just walking there in the middle of the night. You don't even know where you're going, how you're gonna figure it out. And you start thinking. You just look up at the sky and you just say, God, why me? Why is this even happening to me? Like I try to do good. I'm not perfect. I'm not the best person. I know that, but I believe I'm more good than bad. And like I don't know how bad I did, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't deserve all this. And then you start looking inward. You just go, no, it's not God or anything like that. This is all me. I'm in this position right now because I made a series of choices that did not pan out well. So here I am. All of this is my fault. It's on me. It's all on me. Can't blame this, can't blame that. Nothing. Yes, someone manipulated me in the past, thrown me off the right path. Yeah, I had pain. Yeah, I had trauma. Yeah, there's so many things that you can find excuses for yourself. But see, the problem with excuses is they stop you from having regret. Because when you give yourself excuses, you just don't feel regret. You don't have anything to regret because, well, that happened because of this. So I didn't do it. Because you regret things when you acknowledge that you did something bad. That's when you regret something. And evil is he that does not regret. You didn't know that, did you? If I have someone asking for parole to get out of jail, the number one thing we look for is what? Do they regret their actions that put them there in the first place? Because that's how we dictate what evil is. Psychopaths do not regret what they do. And what do we put on psychopaths? They're evil, they're crazy. So the sooner you admit to yourself that I made mistakes, the better off you'll be. Or else you start making excuses. And before you realize it, you're just running away from regret. You're just running away from looking yourself in the mirror and go, yeah, I done fucked up. Yeah, maybe I'm not what I'm cracked up to be. Maybe I'm not good at everything. Maybe I should play to my strengths. Maybe I'm not the best at everything. And that's okay. That's okay. That's completely fine. Yeah, I've lost so much. I've lost family. I've lost everything I had. I've lost friends. I've seen creators distance themselves from me because I was changing into something I wasn't because I was in fight or flight mode. That's what's happening to you too, brother. See, some things, they change you. You just try mad hard to not admit that you're lost, you know. Yeah, you just don't want to admit it. Hey, you don't. Just don't want to admit that you took that L. Fucked up. Yeah, mine is obviously different than yours. Mine is more catastrophic. But I can see the same patterns that happened to me happen to you. Maybe not so catastrophic, thankfully. I pray that none of you guys go through what I went through. But I can see it. I know exactly what you're feeling. Just take the L. It's the best thing I did. That's okay. Yeah, I goofed up. I messed up my image. I messed up my life. Yeah, I messed that up. That's on me. Nobody else. It's on me. And guess what? You start slowly picking yourself back up. Start doing better. You try to do better. And life continues. Or maybe that was a little too emotional. I apologize. All this to say, self-reflect on what's truly important and that you too can make mistakes. And it's okay to own up to those mistakes, and it's okay to admit, I messed up, that I failed at something. It's okay. Next, we're going to talk about the second character, which is Saintontas. Now, a lot of people are trying to call him Saintontas. Now, I find that interesting because where I'm sitting, I would call him Angel Tontas. You didn't expect that, did you? You see, the thing with Tontas is I believe we are starting to see character development right before our eyes, and that's something I expected to happen months ago. Well, I'll be completely honest. I was expecting this to happen way prior to this, but hey, as long as we get there, that's all that matters. Because Saintontas, at first, clearly wasn't the most emotionally intelligent person in the community. That's for sure. Bro was in fight or flight mode over dumb shit. It's crazy. Like the amount of emotion and rage he was having, just attacking everything despite them not even coming after him in the first place because he just sniffed that maybe it could be the case. He was literally going full insano mode at the start. But you see, gradually, he learned, he adapted, he became somewhat better through those experiences, because a lot of people were shocked recently on Saintontas' response to the recent MrPokke controversy. And now that MrPokke is down, he didn't kick a man when he was down because he has every reason to. A lot of people are saying, even he claims, I don't like him, but he didn't do it. See, that's character development. That's someone getting better. When, contrary to MrPokke, who was like neutral, like doesn't take sides, doesn't start drama, he just comments on things, all of a sudden took the negative path. See, that's where the duality is what I found very interesting is someone is actively learning from their mistakes and improving and becoming a better person, whilst the other is losing sight of what's important and descending in a path that's just questionable. It's like, why are you even doing that? Which was very interesting to me. had to talk about this. And yes, I'm gonna have some people going, "Oh, you're just doesn't Saintontas hate you and all that shit." See, I don't know how things go on Saintontas's head or how it is for him as a person, but I've met a lot of Saintontas's in my life. He's not the first smartass I'm gonna encounter. That's not the best emotionally intelligent person. But the one thing those people have in common is they have brimming potential in who they can be as a person. And that's what I was trying to do. Because thankfully, what I said to him that started my little problem with him is literally what every creator said afterwards. Is every creator said, you need to chill out. The way you're going about it is wrong. The message is good. We all agree. But the way you're going about things is just going to make people look at you and go, you're this or that. I was the first to say that to him. And apparently that's a no-no when you're irrelevant, maybe. And that's something I also want to tackle, which with MrPokke is people's opinions don't matter because they're irrelevant. Everybody but Saintontas is irrelevant because thankfully Saintontas got the numbers. Myself and many others do not have the numbers. So our opinion on the matter does not matter. If that's the way we're going to look at it, it should also mean that your chat, your community that's pushing you to behave the way you are should not matter because, well, they ain't got no clout. They ain't got nothing, right? They don't got no platform or anything. If we're going to take into consideration only people that have a platform or they have a majority voice that matters or something, then you should listen to anybody but creators. All of us should just stop commenting and doing anything because, well, all of us are irrelevant and we don't matter. That is so freaking weird. And do you think I don't know that this is a numbers game? We all know that. We all know that, but we cannot allow it to be the norm. It's a thing that we all understand, like a girl showing a lot of cleavage. Yeah, we can see boobs over there. But we're not gonna keep looking at them. Yeah, they're nice and all, but like you can't just sit there going, right? Actually, yeah, they're nice and all. We just take a peek from time to time, but that's it, right? So that's the thing with numbers. Like you can't just make them like everything that matters, and the value of a person is the numbers they have on the screen, because that's the danger of content creation when you allow numbers to dictate that this is what you are, this is your value. See, I felt like that. And the world was already knocking me to a million pieces. And then I was like making that also too. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I think it was Vulcan that told me this. It was like, dude, fuck content creation if it makes you feel like this, mate. Fuck it. Yeah, drop that shit like a hot potato if it's not contributing well to your life. Because you can't allow numbers to dictate what you are. Like, bro, holy douchebag. Like, I understand you're trying to make it so that, oh, they're just beneath me. Like, I'm not going to listen to something that's beneath me. Yeah, I get it. I get when you're upset and that you might think like that. I get it. I've been there. I'm pretty sure a lot of people been there. But some things you can think. You just cannot say out loud or do. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. That's the world we live in. That's how things go. You obviously didn't get the memo. I hope you do now. So yeah, I think this is already way too damn long. I hope this was of use. Just an irrelevant person giving his opinion on things, man. It's just a chill, irrelevant guy giving his opinion. Genuinely.